Hey guys, it's Game Room Theater, and I have another projector to review today, and we're going to be unboxing and testing the XGIMI Horizon S Max, a 4K beast with IMAX enhanced Dolby Vision and 3100 ISO lumens. XGIMI sent me this for review, and I've been putting it through the paces in my game room. Is this $1,899 projector a steal for 2025? Especially against pricier rivals like the Valerian Pro 2 and other lifestyle projectors that I've tested, including the BenQ X3100. Well guys, let's dive in, hit that like button, and if you're ready, let's go. Now before we rip this open, let's talk XGIMI real quick. These guys are all about premium projectors that don't break the bank. Now think of home theater vibes meets portability, and they've been around for over 12 years and have sold over 5 million devices. They've been killing it with models like the Horizon Ultra and the Mogo 2 Pro that I've had for a while. So how does this S Max stack up? It's their latest top-of-the-line projector. It's IMAX certified with Dolby Vision and tech that's 2 years ahead of the game with ISA 5.0. I've been a fan since my first XGIMI, and this one's got me hyped to see if it lives up to the brand's rep. So let's unbox it. Let's go through lots of video playing in the background as I fill you in on details. Alright guys, let's go. The packaging is sleek. It feels really like a high-end gift. You pop it open and boom, here's the Horizon S Max. Now check this beige, leatherish, and woolen fabric combo. It's got this electric sliding cover that gives it this luxe vibe. And I'll demonstrate that in a bit once I have it in my theater room. It weighs about 4.8 kilos, so it's sturdy but easy to move. And in the box, you get a power plug, a Bluetooth remote in this goldish color, and love that. It's got two AAA batteries in it, which is always an extra bonus when they include these kinds of little things. A manual and a warranty card. It's got no HDMI cables, so grab one that you may have. I would recommend just always going with the latest spec. You know, it's HDMI 2.2, but if you got HDMI 2.1, you're good. And first look, this is just quality, guys. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, it's time to test this beast. I'm going to run the Horizon S Max through the paces in my theater with movies, gaming, and some beautiful 4K HDR scenery. We're talking 4K UHD with 3100 ISO lumens, dual light 2.0 tech, more on that soon, and Harman Kardon speakers. I'll check the brightness in daylight, well, daylight meaning with the lights on, gaming lag with my PS5 that's hooked up in the back, and how that ISA 5.0 auto adjusts everything. Plus I'm stacking it against the Valerian Pro 2 that I've got in my theater already. It's a $3,700 monster. To see if this cheaper gem really holds up. Now guys, setup's a breeze. You plug it in and it's go time. There's no mount needed. This built-in stands adjust 360 degrees horizontal and 135 degrees vertical. I aimed it at my 110-inch acoustically transparent screen. In my bedroom, I did flip it up to the ceiling for a lazy movie vibe, and it really worked like a charm. It's got Android TV 11, which is fast and snappy, but heads up guys, there is no native Netflix app. You're gonna have to sideload it. Once I did sideload it, it was smooth sailing after that. The ISO 5.0 is pretty awesome. It's the auto keystone, auto focus. It even dodges myself or any kids or whoever is in between the projected image and the screen just to protect their eyes, because it is lasers. I projected movies in Dolby Vision at this size, and the colors are popping. I mean, literally popping, because it is triple laser. It's got 110% BT.2020 gamut. And as for gaming, you know, I've got my PS5 hooked up here. In game mode, you're at 20 millisecond latency. It basically turns off a lot of other extra features and refinement to achieve that. It's fine for non-esports, but I wouldn't try my luck on competitive online gaming though. Like I said, it's fine for about 75% of the games I play, such as role-playing, simulation, etc. As for checking this out with the lights on, with ambient lighting, you know guys, still it's crisp. And the reason why it's crisp crisp is that it's got 3100 lumens, and that's why it'll fight through ambient light and still display a respectable image. And usage-wise, it's my new movie night and gaming projector that I can be mobile with. And as for the sound, this has got dual 12-watt Harman Kardon speakers, so DTS HD, Dolby Audio, the full package. I blasted a lot of different tunes, and I'll be quiet in a second, but you can hear it for yourselves. Clean, loud, basically 360-degree vibe. The sound was just bouncing around in my room, and it didn't feel like it was localized from one place. You know, all that extra bass and sound, it is a complete package if you're not plugging it into a system. For a projector, it is really top-tier audio. Now this is interesting. It's got dual light sources, triple laser and basically LED. Most projectors have one or the other. This one had a brightness setting with dual light that I preferred, but if you want better accuracy, you use the triple laser mode only. The other advantage of using dual light is it reduces laser speckle, and I was able to test that successfully. Now, one thing that's sorely missed is optical zoom. I understand that the previous model did have that, but you're limited to digital zoom. And digital zoom comes at the expense of resolution loss instead of doing it via an optical lens. Now, here's a really interesting feature that I haven't seen before, and very, very useful to auto-calibrate, basically adapting to the wall color if you don't have a screen. And as for those that like to tune the picture to calibrate as best as you can, there are a ton of different settings that you can play with. I would suggest, if you're gonna put this in a dedicated space, get this projector calibrated and you can really get it to perform. Now let's play some really dark scenes and talk about the contrast ratio and in terms of what we actually end up seeing recreated on the screen. I found it to be respectable, definitely not as good as the Valerian Pro 2 or the BenQs that I've had, including the X3100i, but it did a respectable enough job. There is an iris in the path, and you get some dynamic contrast. Like I said, as you can see in the images, it does do a respectable job, but you know, where you expect it to be black on the screen, it is slightly grayish. Nevertheless, the images in my room were rather pleasing, and I tried to recreate it as best as I could, recording this from the side. And keep in mind, I'm about 8.5 feet from a 110-inch screen. Now, just some quick high-level thoughts on how it stacks up against the Valerian Pro 2. And I bring that projector up because it's my new king that's in the theater room. But keep in mind, it's about $3,800. It is a 4K projector with somewhat similar specs. Both do have 4K Dolby Vision and big brightness. Valerian's at 3200 lumens, just a little more, but it's really close. And as for Valerian's, got good optical zoom, and it's got 2 HDMI ports. The S Max sticks to digital zoom and 1 HDMI. And audio-wise, the Valerian has 15-watt speakers, so it edges it out slightly in that department. But the setup where the S Max wins is the ISA 5.0, and that stand beats Valerian's manual tweaks that you need to do to adjust this thing, although they do sell a stand separately. Picture quality wise, I would definitely give the edge to the Valerian Pro 2, but everything else I would say it's fairly close. You know, it's got IMAX enhanced on both, which is pretty darn awesome. But at $18.99, the S Max is almost as good for half the price. Again, value is really where it's at for this. So guys, here's my final thoughts. The XGIMI Horizon S Max is a champ in the game room, especially in the mobility department, with its high brightness and again IMAX and Dolby Vision just really take it to the top. Especially once again at the $1,899 price. It's really a no-brainer. It is my best projector under $2,000 as a recommendation. And again, the setup's super easy, so you're not messing with this thing, endlessly tweaking the picture, because it's just, you know, a lifestyle projector is not always ideal to have in a perfect environment, perfectly centered, etc. And this will take care of a lot of things on its own, from formatting or fixing the picture. Downsides, I mean, it's got one HDMI cable or input, sorry, and no Netflix app out of the box. But other than that, if you don't need additional inputs, it's not a deal breaker if it doesn't come natively with the Netflix apps. You've got workarounds around it. So if you guys are interested in this, check it out. I've got a link to it in my profile, or link actually in the description of this video as well. And just out of full transparency, you know, it helps if you click through my links. It gives me a little bit of credit. So I'd appreciate it if you guys check that out. Drop a comment, you know, and let me know, guys, what would you use this for? Primarily movies or gaming or sports watching, or all of the above. Please do hit that like button and subscribe if you can. Trying to get to 60K very, very soon, I hope. And once again, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.